What happened in 1948?
What happened in 1948? Would you like to tell me?
Yeah, the Nakba.
The
Where
Nakba. Sounds
how
like a
many
good
people were
chocolate snack.
displaced? How many people were displaced? How
From
many people were killed?
from where?
From Palestine?
In 1948?
Yes.
850,000 Jews were displaced from Arab countries in that year.
And what? The same thing didn't happen? Like what? Like
It's
what?
the fact that you don't advocate for the Jews when they're displaced, but you advocate for the Arabs who are displaced or told to leave because of a war that they started with 5 Arab countries.
Okay, you're telling me that I don't advocate for Jewish children. I never said what is happening to them.
So,
is not
did you know
disgusting.
about the Jewish
Yes,
Nakba?
it is. Yes, okay. But
Where were
are you
they
saying
where were
that-
they kicked out of?
Are you saying that it's still okay that Arab children are dying?
Where were the Jews displaced from? Where were they kicked out of? Do you want to tell me the country?
Literally, can you answer my question?
Oh, you don't know.
No, I don't actually, but I'm
So you
okay
don't care
to
about
admit that.
850,000 Jews or nearly 1 million Jews who are displaced, were displaced
Did you
from
just
Arab
hear
countries.
what I said? Did you just hear what I said?
Nice
I said that I
deflection.
do care because they're children and they deserve to live a long and happy life. But the difference between me and you is I give a fuck about every child that is on earth. You clearly don't.
Really? So would you
Yeah.
like to tell me where else in the world children are starving and children are dying?
Fucking nearly fucking half the fucking world.
I want
It's
a
disgusting.
country. Give me a country with severe famine right now. Don't Google it.
Africa?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. How old are you, by the way?
22.
22. What is that flag behind you? Interesting. Why do you have that flag?
Because I support Palestine.
You want to tell me why?
Because I'm Irish and Irish people support Palestine.
Oh, it's
I
like
mean,
if
it's-
every Irish would jump off of a roof, you'd also jump off of a roof?
if you let me finish my sentence, maybe.
I forgot you support Palestine and you're woke. Go ahead.
Oh, it's woke to not support a genocide.
I mean, it's woke to support terrorists.
Oh, but it's not woke to fucking support war criminals.
War criminals. The IDF is an Israeli Defense Forces, not a
Oh,
terrorist
what about
organization.
Netanyahu? What about the people that they took off the flotilla literal twice?
Well, if you
What
try to go
about
into an
killing?
active military zone, then I would stop you as well.
What about killing medical aid? What about killing medical support?
Hamas
That's
was
a war
actually
crime.
captured in a lot of the ambulances pretending to be aid workers and hospital workers.
Okay, yes, that, right. But what about the actual support that went out to the country? There's been English, there's been Irish, there's been people from all over the world who are literally doctors, and children and doctors are being killed. Why? Over a stupid excuse of
We've
land.
seen the
It's-
doctors affiliated with Hamas. We've seen the children carrying the
Oh,
weapons. We've seen the journalists
okay,
affiliated with Hamas
children,
and working
okay.
for Hamas. You're not fooling
Children.
anybody anymore.
Oh, it's children in Hamas?
Yeah, of course.
Are they?
They're drafted.
Really?
You don't believe me?
I don't
What is
know.
that? You want to tell me what this is? What is this?
It makes a difference to my life.
Ah, of course. That's wokeism. That's what I mean. That's
not being
wokeism.
woke,
That's
it's
supporting a
being
cause that's not
educated.
going to do anything.
What
It's just
happened?
gonna-
What happened in 1948?
What happened in 1948? Would you like to tell me?
Yeah, the Nakba.
The
Where-
Nakba.
How
Sounds like a
many
good
people were
chocolate snack.
displaced? How many people were displaced? How
From
many people were killed
from where?
from Palestine?
In 1948?
Yes.
850,000 Jews were displaced from Arab countries in that year.
And what? The same thing didn't happen? Like what? Like
It's
what?
the fact that you don't advocate for the Jews when they're displaced, but you advocate for the Arabs who are displaced or told to leave because of a war that they started with 5 Arab countries.
Okay, you're telling me that I don't advocate for Jewish children. I never said what is happening to them.
So
is not
did you know
disgusting.
about the Jewish
Yes,
Nakba?
it is. Yes, okay. But
Where
are
were
you
they
saying
where were
that-
they
are
kicked
you-
out of?
Are you saying that it's still okay that Arab children are dying?
Where were the Jews displaced from? Where were they kicked out of? Do you want to tell me the country?
Literally, can you answer my question?
Oh, you don't know.
No, I don't actually, but I'm
So you
okay
don't
to
care about
admit that.
850,000 Jews or nearly 1 million Jews who are displaced, were displaced
Did you
from
just
Arab
hear
countries.
what I said? Did you just hear what I said?
Nice
I said that I
deflection.
do care because they're children and they deserve to live a long and happy life. But the difference between me and you is I give a fuck about every child that is on earth. You clearly don't.
Really? So would you
Yeah.
like to tell me where else in the world children are starving and children are dying?
Fucking nearly fucking half the fucking world.
I want
It's
a
disgusting.
country. Give me a country with severe famine right now. Don't Google it.
Africa,
Name a
fucking
country.
Yemen.
Name a country.
Yemen.
Yemen?
Yes.
Okay, why are they dying? Why are they starving?
Because war.
Okay, so when Muslims make other people starve, you don't care. But when Jews are involved, all of a sudden it's perfectly fine to blame?
When did I say that? I love how you're putting words into my mouth when I've literally not said any of
So
that.
so
I
why don't I see
I have answered so many of your questions. You've yet to answer my question.
why don't I
Do
see
you care?
why don't I see people like why would I
Do you care about Arab children being murdered in classrooms, fucking on the street, fathers picking up their children and putting them into fucking plastic bags?
Well, of course I care, but that's the
do you-
result of Hamas invading Israel on October 7th. They brought this war upon themselves. They used these civilians.
Oh, so it's just because Hamas brought this war upon themselves.
Of
it's okay
course,
that all
if
these
Hamas
children
would not have
died.
invaded on October 7th, how many people would have lived today in Gaza?
Probably still fucking very little, considering it's been literally an open prison for fucking how long? How long?
So I'm
Where
just
are
trying
you
to.
from?
So,
Where are you from?
I'm from Israel. Just to get this straight.
And you've got an
Just to get
American
this
accent.
straight. Hold
Why
on.
do you have an American?
Just
Why do you have an American accent?
just to get this straight, just because I'm trying to understand. If Hamas would not have invaded Israel on October 7th and raped the girls and killed the children and murdered people, innocent people that they saw down the street deliberately, intentionally, and burned people alive and took 250 people hostage, if they would not have done that, you're telling me that Israel would still kill the same amount of people in Gaza right now? What reason would they have to do it?
No, but that is not what I'm trying to say to you. Yes, it's disgusting what Hamas is doing. Yes, it's disgusting what is happening to every man, woman, and child in the vicinity of that place. It's disgusting on both parts.
So who do
I
we
will admit
blame?
that. So
Who
will
do we
any
blame for
so will
it?
any sane person, but still does not excuse any of the violence that's going on there. It makes no difference.
Okay.
What is the difference?
Hold on. If just because I want you to understand who I'm blaming for this thing. I'm not blaming the Israeli government, and I'm blaming Hamas. You seem like you don't like Hamas as well. So if you don't like Hamas, you should advocate for Hamas to be dismantled and the hostages to be released so the war could end today. These have been the terms since the beginning.
The war will never end. The war will literally never end.
The war will end when Hamas is obliterated.
Netanyahu has literally been declared as a war criminal. He is wanted for all his war crimes in the UK.
By an
in all these
organization
other
run by a
countries.
Muslim. Of course.
What?
By an
What?
organization run by a Muslim.
What does that? What does that?
This is a
And what?
religious conflict. It has been a religious conflict since the beginning. It has nothing to
Yes.
do with land, nothing to do with oppression. You know, yes, it does have to do with oppression, the oppression of Islam, the indoctrination of
Okay.
children against Jews. It's a religious conflict. Nothing to do with land. This was never about land.
I mean, it clearly is when the UK is literally only doing it for money. So is America.
Are we doing it for money?
Well, what has it got to do with you? Because I said the UK and America, and you're not from the UK.
I'm not
or
talking
you're
about
not
the
American.
UK, America. You're telling me that Israel is extending this war for money?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you
I don't
saying?
know. Literally, they want the land. Fair enough. So does Palestinians. Fair enough. Whatever. But the money that the UK and America are getting from Israel, why would the UK or America want that to stop? They wouldn't.
The people who are in charge of stopping this war is Hamas. Okay? You and I both.
A tiny organization. Okay.
A tiny organization that caused the deaths of 1,200 people in Israel in one day. If the IDF would not have been there, they would have killed hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people, including you if you would have been there. They don't like you, they don't like me, they don't like kuffars, they don't like disbelievers, they don't like people who don't align with Islam, and that's why these organizations exist, to spread Sharia. And they're coming to Ireland. The pro-Palestine protests you're seeing in Ireland are as Islamic as they can be. They don't care about the Palestinians. They don't care about the Palestinians. Egypt, which is a Muslim country, doesn't accept any Palestinians to go through. Jordan doesn't accept any Palestinians to go through. Saudi Arabia doesn't accept any Palestinians to go through. What's going on with the Ummah, with the Muslim Ummah? Why don't they let them go through? If they're all so precious to them, if they care about the Palestinians, if you truly care, why do you lock them there? Let them leave.
Who is locking them except
The Egyptians
Israel?
are not letting them leave. The Egyptians are not letting them enter.
What would you hope the outcome is?
What would?
If you could choose an outcome, what would you want that outcome to be? Would you like to live in a country? Would you like to live in a two-state country?
I'll tell
Would you
you.
like it to be
I'll tell you.
split? Would you like it
I'll tell
to
you
be
what I
split?
want
Would
the
you like
outcome to be.
Palestinians and Israelis to live in harmony?
Okay, first of all, yes, I do wish that the Israelis and the Palestinians could live in harmony. The reason why it's undermined is because of the Arabs living in the West Bank and Gaza. Every single thing we have in Israel against them is because of what they did. On the first intifada that they did in 1987 against the Jews, they stabbed people, bombed next to people, rammed into people, thousands of people were killed. We put checkpoints to make sure that we check people going inside Israel. It's not because of apartheid, it's because of security. Same applies to the second intifada. Same applies to October 7th. Don't invade, people live. Recognize Israel as a Jewish state. That's the first thing. Second thing, stop indoctrinating your children against hating Jews, because that's what they're taught at schools, and I can prove it to you. I can show you videos of children saying, I want to be an engineer, to bomb next to a Jew, to kill a Jew, because they are the sinners, we want to kill them. That's what they're taught. So you think Israel can have peace with these people? Of course not.
But that's the same anywhere. In Ireland, Irish people don't like British people because Irish people, England, British Isles committed a genocide on Ireland. Back when the famine happened, it wasn't a famine. They stole all the food. Millions, like our population has never recovered. It's like 0.25% of what it used to be. It will never ever recover. That's why Irish people and British people don't get on.
That's
Simple
fine.
as.
You don't have
We don't have to get on.
you don't have to get along. That's perfectly fine.
don't.
But it's not the point. The point is, who do you think is the wrong, like, which group do you think is the wrong group in the equation causing this situation to happen, causing deaths of people?
It's both.
There's one that's causing it more. Which one is that?
Do you know the IDF is now conscripting children?
Is what?
Children. The IDF is now conscripting children, where they literally force people into joining the army. There was a group, I think it was of five or six university students in Israel, and they had got their classifications that they finished their degree, and they also got a letter which basically said, you must join the IDF.
Of course, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Which-
Every person must join the IDF, because if we don't join, the country gets obliterated by Palestinian
Are you in
terrorists.
the IDF?
I was in the IDF, yes, I was a combat soldier.
And why are you not anymore?
Because I got released.
Why did you not go back?
Why? Because I moved to the United States. I live in the United States.
Is that why you've got an American accent?
No, that's because I'm married to an American Jew. That's the first thing. Second thing, I lived in the United States between the ages of 14 to 16.
And when did you get conscripted?
When I was 18.
Okay.
Can I ask you, for real, did you join this movement because it was trendy on TikTok? Like, what's the situation? Why did you join the Pro Palestine movement?
I'm Irish. I grew up, literally everyone in Ireland grows up with the same mentality. You learn about the country. I done politics for my degree in university. Like, I literally done my dissertation on war criminals and state crime, and it's not normal. And it's not normal for Hamas. It's not normal for the IDF. It's not normal for anyone to live like that. But nothing will ever fucking change.
By the way, I agree. It's not normal for anybody to live like this. But if you tell me right now, as an Israeli, or if you tell my government right now, listen, if you allow a Palestinian state to be established, which, by the way, I don't believe they want that. They never showed open support for a Palestinian state. But if they openly say, we will establish a Palestinian state, and we promise to you that we will never attack you again, or start attacks against you, or terrorist attacks against you, or anything like that against you, I can guarantee you that we will agree. You know why? Because we're sick of these wars. We're sick of getting stabbed. We're sick of going down the street and walking in fear, and my wife telling me I'm scared to be stabbed. It's not a reality anybody wants to live in. Now, I understand how from your perspective it may seem like they are oppressed. Israel isn't oppressing them. It's for security purposes, because if you leave the gates open, they'll just go in and stab me, stab my wife, stab my friends. How can anybody live like this? Why in the world people don't understand this struggle? I don't get it.
Many people struggle. Many people do not struggle to understand. You just don't understand their mentality of why they don't support it.
Do you understand the
Ireland,
struggle?
Ireland, after the whole famine thing happened over here, Britain took six of our counties, six of our, I don't know what you would call it, maybe you would call it like a state or whatever. They're tiny, tiny wee towns, cities. They took six of the cities, and it was supposed to be harmony and peace and a utopian land. And over here, it's Protestants and Catholics.
Mm-hmm.
Not really that big in religion wise. They're pretty similar. The only real major difference is Catholics believe in the Virgin Mary, Protestants don't. And the Protestants and the Catholics didn't get along. It caused a civil war. And the civil war lasted a long fucking time. And the only reason why it literally stopped was because half of Ireland migrated over to America, migrated all over the world. Because why would you want to be in a country that is literally in the middle of a civil war? And why would you want to be? I have family members who literally, so my second name, it has an O at the beginning, which is a very common thing in like us being an Irish person. For my family to survive during the famine, British soldiers came to our country and told us if my family didn't remove the O from their name, they would be shot and killed. If they took away the O, they would be allowed to live and they would be allowed a cup of soup to survive.
It's just bizarre to me to see, the Europeans, the Irish people, because when I see the Palestinian flag, I don't see any solidarity to the Jewish people who suffered these atrocities. When I see it, it hurts to see every time. It doesn't bother me, but it hurts to see. When I see that flag, it kind of like, it's telling me that you don't seem to care about the struggle of the Jews in the land. Do you care about the struggle of the Jews in the land?
I've told you multiple times I do.
You do. Perfect.
I don't have.
Do you agree?
I've been able to have a conversation with you. I'm able to talk, you talk, whatever. I have no issue with you. You obviously personally have not harmed me, my family, anyone I love.
No intention to do anything like that. But do you agree that the Jews have a right to self-determine in Israel?
Do they what?
Do you think the Jewish people, the indigenous people of the land of Israel, have a right to self-determine in Israel without kicking anybody out? Do you think they have a right?
If Palestinian people were allowed to live there too.
So you know what it means? That you're a Zionist.
I'm not a Zionist.
That's the definition of... I know what they told you at the Pro Palestine protest. They told you that Zionism is an evil term. It's a racist term. Zionism means that we have a right to go back to Mount Zion, which is the mount of the holiest site of the Jews. We pray to go there every day. We say next year in Jerusalem in two main holidays. Zionism has to do with the right of return of the Jews to their ancestral homeland. If you think it's legitimate for us to self-determine here, you're a Zionist. That's the definition.
But what if I think that Palestinians also have the right to self-determine there?
Perfectly fine. That's not negating what I'm saying. You can
But you also said that you would agree with the two-party state. So then also, do you not support Palestine? It's the same.
So I don't supporting a state right now for the people who committed the biggest attack against the Jews since the Holocaust and rewarding them with a state. I think that's a foolish move. Why? Because that's showing the terrorist, oh, look, you can do whatever you want to the Jews. You can murder as many Jews as you want. You can rape as many women as you want. You can keep as many babies as you want. And look what's going to happen. We're going to give you a state. We're going to reward you. Imagine what's going to happen with the other terrorist organizations around the world. They're going to see that and they're going to say, oh, it worked for Hamas. Let's do the same thing. It's going to work for us as well. That's what I'm having a hard time. You're an intelligent girl. I don't think you're stupid. I want you to open your eyes a little bit, because I think right now you're sucked into this movement of saying from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And you need to ask the question, free from what? What do they want to free Palestine from?
What? Like, are you asking me this question? I think that everybody just wants the same answer, to be honest. I think people want that fucking country to live in harmony, but how is that possible?
But the original term, the original phrase in Arabic is min el maye el maye, from water to water. Palestine Arabiyye. Palestine is Arab. What's going to happen to the Jews?
I don't know. Ask them that question. I
Ethnically
didn't make it.
cleansing. They want to ethnically cleanse us. They want to remove us from the land. That's the term. And they're just making it in English like peaceful. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And what? You're saying free from what? Free from democracy? Free from totalitarianism? And they say yes. But it's not the truth. They want to free it from Jews. That's the real term. I grew up in the Middle East. I would know.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say here. I mean, I don't speak Arabic. I don't. Do you know what I mean? You have obviously first-hand experience, but this conversation won't change my insight or what I believe, and it won't
I'm
change
not
yours.
I'm not trying to change your insights. I'm not trying to change your thoughts or your belief system. I quite honestly think you understand what I'm saying, and I can say that because of the giggling and the smiling, and you get my points. Again, you're not stupid. I don't think you're stupid. If you'd be stupid, I would tell you. You're not stupid. You understand my points, and you're processing. And there's nothing worse than admitting you were on the wrong side all along. And it's okay, I'm going to give you that. You're still on the side of the Palestinians. That's fine, I respect that. If you think I don't care about the Palestinian children, you're wrong. I do care about them. But if you truly care
Yes,
about them,
I know. I believe you. I do. I believe you.
beautiful. So we should advocate for the same things. We should advocate for the eradication of Hamas, the terrorist organization that oppresses children, hides behind them, hides in tunnels under them while they get bombed from the sky. We need to advocate for that. We need to advocate for Hamas to be removed. And we need to advocate for the release of the hostages. Because
Yes,
if you
that
truly
makes
care,
sense. But
that's
the
what needs to happen.
majority, literally majority of Ireland, which is there's a lot of hypocrites in Ireland. So majority of Ireland do agree with the fact that Hamas is they're assholes, they're scumbags, they're tramps, they're cunts, they're all of the above. So is Israel. But that's not what the point I'm
I
making.
disagree.
Over here there's a lot of like hypocrites who like everyone knows that like Irish people like people often say that Irish built America because of the amount of Irish people that migrated over there, built towns, built all this shite, built all this shit. But it's so hypocritical for the Irish people over here because they literally are the ones who emigrated, and then they're saying that like that immigrants even shouldn't be allowed in our country. And it's like big bald white men who say that oh they love Irish people, they love Ireland, they hate blacks, they hate Muslims, they hate Jews, they hate all these people. And it's like we were one of the first immigrants in the world to migrate to another country to have a better life.
Mm-hmm.
So how the fuck can people from here have the ability to then turn around and say, oh, actually, we're allowed to go into different countries, but nobody else is? Over in, it was like 2 months ago, there was, in a town near where I am from, there was two 13, 14-year-old boys. They were either Pakistani or Romanian, and they raped a little girl, and she was 10, 11.
In Ireland?
In Ireland. And you don't hear about this stuff on the news. I don't know why you don't hear this shit, but they raped this little girl, and there was chaos, there was riots, there was police getting stabbed, there was literally a woman I know. I used to work with this woman, and she had a newborn baby, and she was literally in her sitting room, so like watching TV, and she heard a big crash. She went in, someone had threw a brick on fire into her baby's bedroom. They seen the bedroom. They done that because they don't like. That's the thing. A lot of Irish people, a lot of people who aren't from Ireland think Irish people are racist. They're sectarian. They're whatever. They're all these different terms, but it's literally just the people who don't give a fuck about anyone. Like it's
you know how you said that nobody heard about the rape of that girl on the news? Same thing happened with the grooming gangs in the UK. Many girls were groomed and then gang raped, and horrific things happened to them, and nobody heard about this until people started to expose it, and they realized that the reason why it's not on the news is because people are scared to appear racist and Islamophobes, which again, you're going to be a victim of Islam if Islam is going to dominate Ireland. You're going to be a victim. Girls like you are going to be victims, just like girls are victims in the UK. I don't know what the Muslim population is in Ireland, but the more it increases, the more Sharia law comes to the UK. And when Sharia law comes to the UK, you're going to be the victim. You're going to be subjugated. You're going to be treated like filth. That's why it boggles my mind, because this is an Islamic movement pro-Palestine. and you're walking and marching with them hand in hand. And I disagree with it. I think you're a strong nation. Fight for your nation. Fight for your country. Don't march with these people, especially if it represents Islam, because it's an Islamic movement. It's always been an Islamic movement.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I came across very angry to begin with.
I don't
I
think you
know
came
I did.
across angry. I think
But
you came across with a lot of ideas in your hand, with your head, which I understand. People shove these ideas into your head. If people say things enough times, genocide, 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 ethnic cleansing, ethnic cleansing, ethnic cleansing, child killers, IDF kills children, IDF kills women, IDF kills, then you end up believing in it. That's the truth. But my recommendation to you, if you ever get a chance, visit Israel. Go to the Arab cities. Don't even visit Jewish places. Go to the Arab cities alone and ask the Palestinians of 1948, how are they treated? See the businesses that they own. See how they're treated by the government. See the Jews dining in their restaurants. Go and see it for yourself. Your mind is going to explode from the lies they've been telling you.
But again, I would not visit a country like that the same way. I wouldn't even. One of my best friends moved to America. She moved to Philadelphia literally 2 weeks ago. Asked me to come and visit her this year. I wouldn't visit there because why would I want to visit a country that has the control? Like what Donald Trump is in power there. Why would I want to give
Is it what?
any Donald Trump is in power in America? Why would I want to give the administration anything, any attention? I would never want to go to a country like that. The same way I've never even been to England. It's 50 minutes on a plane for me. And I would never even step foot there because again, why would I want to even give their economy a penny of mine?
It's a shame because I'm about to go to the UK.
Yeah, well,
I'm about to go film with Charlie Veach. You know Charlie Veach?
no.
He's a famous YouTuber. He goes to the streets of Manchester and debates Muslims. And I think it's going to help you understand a lot because he goes to a lot of pro-Palestinian protesters and you see that a lot of them are Muslims and they carry the are you what would your political position be? Are you left?
Yeah,
I see. Would you ever consider being right?
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I've been brought up a very specific way and got a very specific mindset. Don't think I would ever change that no matter what. Genuinely, no matter what.
Really? Even if they tell you,
Yeah.
listen, they give you these conditions. Listen, you have to be right wing. Your children will be financially set. You'll be healthy for your entire life. Are you going to say no?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say
Wow.
no. I wouldn't want my children to have the wrong mindset. Why would I want my children to grow up with the mindset that bad people get away with stuff they shouldn't or
Well, there's bad people
whatever?
everywhere. There's bad people everywhere.
Yeah, I know there is. I know there is. And I know there's bad people who are left. And I know politicians are all useless and they don't do anything. I used to work in Parliament. I used to literally work in Parliament with politicians, British politicians. I worked for a couple of weeks in the Parliament in Brussels, in Belgium. They're all useless. They don't do anything. Literally none of them. That's like me saying, people always say to me, because obviously I've done a politics degree, they tell me, get a job as a politician. You do so well. You do nothing, but you get paid so much. Same thing that you said, oh, I could give my children loads of money. They get a really good job. I would have a really good job. I would have a lot of money. I would be really unhappy because what am I doing? I'm literally doing nothing with my life. Like, I'm making money, but for what? Over here, Protestants, have you ever heard of the 12th of July? It's a thing over here where Protestants, they burn bonfires, like huge bonfires with loads of wood, loads of tires, set them on fire. They put Irish flags, they put photos of Palestinians, they put literally politicians, they put a little boy from Scotland. He was a Celtic supporter, so he supported a Catholic football team. He died of cancer. His name was Oscar Knox. He died of cancer, I think he was 7 or 8, I think. He died of cancer, and they put a statue up of him on this bonfire and burnt it. Literally burnt Irish flags, everything, politicians.
Wow.
Anyone who's ever told me, oh, you should be a politician, all I would ever reply to them is no, because why would I want my face to potentially be on a bonfire and me, like over here, if you're a police officer, you have to look under your car every single morning, every time you start your car, because the risk of someone putting a bomb under your car is so high. Like why would, like, it's the same as politicians. Why would I do that? I used to get like like a ride with the politician that I was working under, and he used to always tell me, when you're getting in my car, look under it. And I started that job when I was 18. I'm only 22 now, and me at 18 thinking, oh, I have to check if there's a bomb under here. That's insane. That is insane. So no, I would
Bottom
not
line, I
live
think
it.
you should migrate to the US.
No, I already told you I wouldn't go there.
No, I'm kidding. But really, I'm gonna end the conversation by saying this. First of all, remember that when you carry the flag you have behind you, you don't represent the Palestinian people. You represent the organization that committed the massacre against the Jews on October 7th. You represent the terrorists who committed the attacks in the first intifada, second intifada. So really, reconsider carrying that flag. It doesn't represent what you think it represents. And that's the problem. That's why I have a problem with this flag. I don't have a problem with you as a person. And yeah, if you ever get a chance, visit Israel. Trust me, nobody's going to feel it. The only person who's going to feel it is you experiencing a real change in your mind. That is a promise. That is guaranteed. That's it. And if I ever go to Ireland, I'll make sure to check under cars for bombs. If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification button so you can be notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to support me and the channel financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links below. Also, we now have a Discord that you can join down in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.